fellow brothers and sisters, fellow Amazonians. Uh, it is imperative that we take this matter as serious as we can. Remember that our sovereignty and self-determination depends upon us. We will not expect that the world community will rush to our defense. So long as we remain strong. Imagine what is happening in southern Cameroon, the former British trusteeship. Imagine it what's happening in Europe. You will expect all the military arsenal would have come to the defense, and immediate debate would have been taking place at the United Nations. However, but when it comes to Africa, the black race, it is difficult for the world to really see into the problems. And so they're more concerned with their own personal interests rather than the interests of the African indigenous. You will always see that during commercials, they will show African children suffering. One will wondering, why is all the Africans suffering? It's because of the colonial masters that undermine the integrity of African nations. For example, the newly elected president of La Republique du Cameroun, Professor Maurice Kamto. You see, it takes the world amazed that while France had earlier had invited Paul Biya, the neighboring country president, in November for a visit. And he knew that there is an election that is going on in the neighboring country. Instead, they invite him in November. That what tells you that they already prepare everything. It's already pre-packaging. And that these formalities was something that just to show the world that something is going on. But unfortunately, Maurice Kamto turned out to be the rightful person that has won the election. And yet, they are forging ahead to manipulate with the complicity of the French government through its ambassador. Right now, France knew that it is imperative to forge ahead. Now they are negotiating, asking Professor Kamto whether if the interest of France shall be maintained. There is a great difference between French colony and the British colony. British doesn't go intervene asking whether if their policy will be maintained before they go to accept the presidency. British simply acknowledged and ready to negotiate with the new current administration. That is the great difference between the British and the French colonial masters. Sometimes we condemn Britain, but when you look at the two evils, you will realize that you would rather prefer the British rather than the French. Why would French president, through his ambassador, asking whether the interests of France will be maintained under the presidency of Professor Maurice Kamto before they can accept him to become the next president? It is unfortunate, very regrettable, that Africa is still not yet free. And I can assure you that if we don't step up this current generation, we will continue romancing with this system and destructions. Right now that I'm speaking, the blood of the people of southern Cameroon are continuous spill. And the blood is spilling every day. Right now that I'm speaking, there is continued bleeding of our brothers and sisters back home because of the invasion of La Republique du Cameroun. Imagine Article 1608 of the United Nations Charter, Part 76B. Those documents give the territory of the people of Southern Cameroon. The fact that we choose to join, to work La Republique, we came together as an equal partner. We didn't come as a one descendant. The same nation that voted for the independence of La Republique is the same that voted for the independence of the people of Southern Cameroon. And therefore, if all of us are working together, we are working as equal partner. La Republique has no obligations, no power whatsoever to declare war on the people of Southern Cameroon, neither to arrest the people of Southern Cameroon. They should have to sit on this same table on negotiation, on the terms of relationship that exists. And the people of Southern Cameroon have the right to question La Republique integrity. It doesn't imply that La Republique must invade the people of Southern Cameroon. It is because of the mineral deposit that is all in the heartland of the people of Southern Cameroon that France is more interested and deploy all military weaponized equipment to destabilize the people of Southern Cameroon. Fellow brothers and sisters, we will not take this as a matter of urgency, that we must stand fast. We must stay steady. Our spirit is more stronger. We will work together to ensure that our land will never be a colonial territory of the neighboring country, La Republique du Cameroun. I am assuring our fellow brothers that have stood for the defense system that we are together in this spirit. I am bringing this attention to the fellow American citizens. As the former U.S. Undersecretary of State for African Affairs, clearly captioned in this interview, specifically said exactly what people need to know. But unfortunately, one will expect the corrupted United Nations office that is physically here in the United States would have done something much better. But unfortunately, they ignore the reality. The world is the most dangerous corrupted system that Africa needs to take a step and reevaluate its relationship. Why should Caisse Communautaire Française be a treasury for Africa? No Africa is a treasury for the French. Why should it be? It is time Africa need to create their own currency and dwell on the international monetary system and not to be imposed by a French monetary value. Civilization began in Africa, but yet Africa still remains as uncivilized because of bad leadership, superimposed military, and the most dangerous system. Great Britain. If one will ask, why did Britain took the document that was initiated by the Great Britain and hand over to neighboring country La Republique? So Britain entrusted La Republique more than the people whom they believe. The House of Assembly, in Enugu House of Assembly, the people of Southern Cameroon demonstrate. Imagine when the people of neighboring country La Republique were fleeing the Maquisard during invasion of the French. They all presided over our territory. We provide them as a safe haven for them to be able to nurture and grow their children. But unfortunately, now we are being massacred daily on as it becomes a normal routine. Fellow brothers and sisters, the moment has come. We must stay fast, we must be strong, and we must unanimously get rid of any La Republique that is currently residing in our territory. We must be smart. We don't take advantages and neglect our people. Fellow brothers who hasn't joined this momentum, I ask you all to join us and let eradicate La Republique from our territory. God bless you all and have a wonderful day. This is Funton Daniel speaking here from the great state of Texas, here in the United States. Wish you a wonderful day.